Okay, the little Chinese dirt bike. Let's talk about this. First off, I had to pump up the front casing. It is holding air. Obviously, they are tubed, being a dirt bike. I probably put a little bit too much in it. I just want to make sure it's not going to leak down, but it is holding. I put 12 pounds in it, probably too much. Overall, it appears to be, for the most part, complete. The chain is off of it, but it did include the chain. Hopefully the master link is in the box. The ad did say no chain, but I could see the chain in the pictures. The rear has been broken off at one time, like they all do on dirt bikes. The seat's a bit rough. Not too big of a deal on that. The rear casing looks good. Under the seat, that is a CDI box. It's here. Connected. There is one thing that is disconnected right here. I'd have to figure out what that goes to, or if it even applies to this particular bike. I believe the coil's on it because it does have a spark plug wire. The exhaust is on it. The kickstart's missing, unfortunately. The rear brakes work, so we're good on that. The fronts are out of fluid. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. Maybe the person who was riding it didn't like the front brakes, or it leaked out, or it tipped over. Something happened. It has no fluid in the front brakes. It's got the shifter. The shifter's down here in the box with a few other pieces. An extra carburetor. Don't think that's hard to say if that's broken or not. It kind of looks broken. That's definitely broken, but still hanging on just enough. I might be able to fix it. Who cares? Here's my shifter. It does have the bolt, so this will have to go back on, but there is no kickstart, unfortunately. So I found one on Amazon. They're cheap, so I might try and turn the engine over first by hand before getting a kickstart and going to buy parts with it. If I was to get a kickstart and it turns out it doesn't need it, it is returnable. So as long as it's not damaged. So I wouldn't mind cranking it over, see how it sounds. Take off the damage cover on the other side. We have a neighbor, and see if there is any damage in there or not. Like I showed when we stopped in Avon, Ontario, it does have oil, which this was sold as supposedly having a hole in the block. And if you're familiar with these, the oil goes all throughout the entire engine. So if there's oil there, there should be oil in the entire engine. And I do have an extra jug of oil for one of these to change the oil. So I don't know. This will be an interesting one. And I'll bring you guys along with me as much as I possibly can. So I'll possibly pull the side cover and turn it by hand even first before I get a kickstart. And we'll see if the engine is blown or not. So I didn't pay much of anything for this. I bought it potentially knowing it does have a blown engine. So for resale, it's probably worth what I have into it, maybe a tiny bit more, probably not much more, but we'll just have to wait and see. I have found a few engines. Most of them are electric start engines, but I have found one or two kickstarts. So worst, like I said, worst case scenario, engine. Best case scenario, it's just this side cover that's broken. So that is replaceable. I have found those on eBay, not on Amazon, but I haven't really fully looked on Amazon. So there we go. I think this is a Baja bike. The tank does appear to be empty for the most part from when I first looked at it. And it looks clean, which is good. And so there we go. I will talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.